has just begun. The choices he has made, his bed is already laid, 'cause he's a dead man walking.
Do I recognize the security guard? I mean, is he somebody I know?
You know everyone in security, or I should say, they all know you, and you know all of them. It's a woman named Eve.
Okay. And which way is the package going?
The guy in hydroponics is handing the package to the guy in security. Or girl in security.
Yeah, the guy named Eve. Got it. Sometimes names are confusing.
That's true.
Okay. I mean, are they still talking, or?
I mean, like you see that this it looks like a very quick exchange where they kind of hand it over, and you see the security guy kind of like shuffle it into his coat, and they both separate.
Okay. Okay, just give me a quick thing here. Am I winning this game or am I losing this game?
Well, you're pretty good at Comtech. Let's make it a Comtech roll. You're winning. You're not going. It doesn't feel like you're. I mean, you're doing well. You're not on a crazy hot streak, but you're also like it could be a good win.
Nah, well, if I'm winning, then this game is boring. So I want to follow. I know the security people go. I'll follow the guy from hydroponics or wherever he was.
All right, that's where he's from, and you follow him as he heads down, and it looks like he's heading outside.
That's fine. Also, of a note, I'll leave my other locator beacon in the arcade.
Okay, so you ditch your locator beacon anywhere specific? Like, are you trying to hide it in the arcade, or you like?
What kind of arcade systems are these?
We'll say, I mean, it's been 200 years, but it's still like there's large blocky machines that they're playing games on.
It's been 200 years, but we still use like CRT monitors. So at the same time.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I'll put it like behind a machine or something like that, so it's not immediately obvious where it's been found. Also, I could be hiding inside of a machine. Who knows?
Yeah. They still have those janky like ball machines that you roll a ball and try to make it into the different levels and whack a ball. Yeah,
Evil. It's classic.
Yeah. There's probably an air hockey table, but it almost never works.
Just shove it into the crane game. They'll never get it back out.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to be thought to have been like snuck into the crane game and hiding beneath all the stuffed animals.
Max, where are you? He's stuck in there. We have to break it open. He's gonna die.
I have to get that watch back somehow, and we all know it's how impossible it is to win at the crane game.
It's a Comtech check with like a -8.
I can't leave the arcade. They'll know that the watch is in there if I leave. So no, I'll hide it behind one of the arcade machines.
Sounds good. You see him like heading down, and I guess this is on the first level. So you see him heading towards an exit, looking like he's leaving the recreational block. And it is breathable and it is temperate, so people can be walking around outside the colony without full-on suits.
That's fine. I'll keep following him.
Okay. Yeah, you keep following him. You see he, if you guys were at the arcade, you follow him out the exit, and it looks like he's heading towards the hydroponics farm. I assume you're following him all the way there.
Yeah, I mean,
Roll
most interesting thing so far.
Roll an agility, a stealth check, if you will, to like move across this area and move into the hydroponics farm without him noticing that you're following him. You know, doing things like sneaking into the door before, like, so the door doesn't have to open twice, things like that.
Yeah,
At least once you get to the hydroponics farm.
Kirk rolling all over the place.
Yep.
All right, I got a +2 because I have the stealthy talent.
Let's see, all 15 of your dice.
Well, 10 dice.
Yeah, so you're doing it great. You have 2 extra hits. Do you want to use any of those for any sort of stunts? Do a backflip?
Well, I am, as I've said,
Jeez.
Kirk rolling it, so...
Yeah, there are a few other things
look
you can
cool.
do. Like, I think you can pass it along to...
Yeah, I can give another PC that, but as far as I know, I'm the only one here. I give a
true.
+1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one. I'll impress myself and give myself a +1.
You're like, wow, I'm good.
Man, nobody sees me.
I'm
not even trying. Yeah, I'm playing peekaboo with myself in the mirrors. That's exactly, you got it.
You do like a cool roll and like pose looking into the mirror. Like, that's right. So you make it into the hydroponics farm, and you see this guy is returning to work, and it looks like he's tending some tending plants, and he calls out to some of his coworkers, and he's just he's working. How long? Like it looks at the moment that he's just doing normal hydroponics things, pulling weeds, trimming plants, watering things, checking hoses. How long would you like to observe him? And you notice as he comes back, he calls out, "I'm back from the bathroom. Whew! It's like baby Godzilla coming out. Heavens!"
I guess exactly that long. I will, because after he says that, you weren't in the bathroom.
Are you going to say that to him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly how long I'll wait. I'm not a patience.
He jumps. What do you want, kid?
What's that you handed off to Eve?
I don't know what you're talking about. I was just
right
taking a
outside
massive dump.
No, you weren't. You're lying. You were in B block handing something off to Eve right outside the arcade.
Well,
Right outside the hotel, as a matter of fact.
The B block has the best bathrooms. They got those power handles, so you can really push, man.
You're really going a long way with this lie. Look, I am getting tracked 7 ways to Sunday. All of these transponder codes on me, I am always being followed. You know Eve knows that too. No reason to lie about this.
What do you want?
Just want to know what was in that package. What'd you hand off to Eve?
I mean, the man likes jalapenos, and I help him out. Jalapeno here and there, man.
Why are you lying to me? What do you think's gonna happen? I'm a kid. No one's gonna believe me. Just tell me.
Dude, I don't know what this kid's about, but I think he's not supposed to be in here.
Look, you tell me, or I'm gonna start raising a fuss. I get pretty loud.
Aren't you that kid that got in trouble? Didn't you go on that trip to?
Really, I think you'd know me better as that kid that set a security guard on fire by shooting an explosive barrel. I figured that would be more famous.
Oh, right. That's the same kid. Oh, dude, you are definitely not supposed to be in the hydroponics area. There's way too many things that could blow up.
Yeah.
He starts to try to shuffle you out.
You're telling me I can't raise a fuss? Trust me, man. It's better just to tell me. then force me to find out and then raise a fuss about it.
Look in it. Look what you check it out, but there's nothing. It's just jalapenos. Ask Eve. He's great. Dude is a spice nut. He's really spicy.
Tell you what, man. You and your turds. You don't want your turds aired out.
Well, let the shit hit the fan, as they say.
Oh, it will. Shit's gonna come back all over you, man. When it does, watch out, because it's gonna be shower time.
Oh, okay, kid. He starts like ushering you out.
Yeah, I know, I'm probably walking backwards, like shower time.
Shower time. One of Max's new mottos.
Yeah, door closing. I'm like, shower time.
I could see him like getting like a sponsorship from Head and Shoulders. Shower time. So you kind of see him like he's at the little window by the airlock. He's kind of just like watching you. You're like, yeah, whatever, man. So that day, with all the weirdness of showering and hydroponics dude, and the rest of it kind of goes by without anything uneventful. Jimmy, you're doing a decent number of repair rolls on this ship. We'll use Xander's roll since Xander's probably helping out on repairing this ship, just to see how successful the repairs go.
Yeah, he's got like an extra die on me, I think. I have the maintenance jack, gets him +1. I'm assisting him for another. And then anyone else the colony decides to send up to.
Yeah.
Probably plenty of workers, honestly.
The repairs are going pretty well. The ship's starting to look in good shape. Do you have enough parts to successfully repair the entire ship?
Not the entire ship. If we use the parts we have, I wrote down earlier, we can repair the reactor leak, the hangar, and the sensor malfunction, have an electronic part left over, and the intercom and the coffee maker will still be broken. And I know, coffee maker, the most integral part of the spaceship, but we just have to make do.
What does it take to repair the intercom?
Apparently we got mechanical parts out of it, so I imagine it is damaged.
Yeah, so you need mechanical parts for that.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you want, I could go ahead and make those edits to the sheet right now.
Yeah, you can make those edits because those repairs over the next day and a half, those are all fixed. Or everything that you guys can fix ends up getting fixed. However, the intercom and the coffee maker are unfortunate casualties.
Just have to pack the instant coffee in.
A French press.
Now, we do have a lot of other stuff here, like all the pills, but I imagine that's just kind of staying here on the ship. Selling it to the colony isn't like a net gain for anybody, I think.
You could sell it to the colony, but you can also just keep it on the the ship's med bay.
Yeah, like the never sleep and the hydration seems really good. What's the nap relief do?
Nap relief. I think nap relief relieves your ability. Like you don't have to sleep as much.
Oh, well, I mean that's what the never sleep pills sound like they would do.
Yeah.
But that's just methamphetamine, so.
So I'm marketing.
Let me double check.
The red pill or the blue pill?
Let's start a business.
The nap relief is an injectable instant pain reliever for all strains, stresses, and irritations. Recommended for use during any self-inflicted cesarean performed to extract an unconventional fetus from your wound. Immediately reduce the patient's stress level to 0.
Huh, how oddly specific on this medical instruction book. I wonder
Hmm.
what they could be referring to. Well, I mean, having some painkillers is probably good. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'd say honestly just keep all those on the ship. The
That
surgical
was
tools, though, can probably get sold off to the colony, though.
that was a pretty hardcore moment of that movie, though.
Dude, that was intense.
No one talks about it. Though.
Which alien movie, if you had a top 3 alien movies, what are your top 3 alien movies? I'm only interested in the top 2, but
But 1 and 2 are the top 2.
Oh, and my top 3 has to be 1, 2, and 3.
really?
I
My
actually have
favorite
not
are-
seen the Alien movies directly. I've seen them all incredibly indirectly. I have absorbed them.
How do you watch movies indirectly? Like in a different room?
Because everyone talks about them, and eventually I've seen enough B-rolls that I've seen about half the movie.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
1, 2, and Covenant.
I was going to say that Covenant is in my top 3.
Yep, 1, 2, and Covenant. That's what I was going to say as well.
Uh,
I want them to make another one, because Covenant was left so open-ended.
mhm.
Well, I mean, was it, though? Since it's a sequel to a prequel? The sequel is Alien.
Yeah, but what happens to these 2,000 colonists on the ship?
Well, they're dead. He experiments
yeah.
on them
I never.
and creates the xenomorphs.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just want more. Anyways,
I want to know what happens to him.
yeah,
He's the one I want to know
bigger
more about.
so I definitely want to sell off the surgical tools. We got 2 bolt guns, though. Are those actual tools that provide bonuses, or are they just like
Bolt
impromptu
guns-
weapons that...
They are both. They are a weapon and they are a tool. So when used as a tool, the bolt gun gives a +2 modifications to heavy machinery in relevant situations. And it counts as a weapon.
+2 is pretty good. I like that.
It counts as it's, let me see. It is considered a rifle. It is not considered a rifle. Where is it considered? It's considered a pistol.
Yeah,
It's a
makes
medium
sense.
range. The cool thing about it is it's armor piercing and does 3 damage
Ooh.
on a hit. The only downside is it's got 1 shot. So,
Yeah, that's still really scary, though. Alright.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we end up using it as a weapon, we'll pull up the stats, but the +2 heavy machinery is really good.
mhm. Oh yeah, another thing about the nap relieve. If you do a bunch of them, then they start having an intoxicating effect as well. So they give
Yeah.
you penalties to your agility-based skills.
Most painkillers
Yep.
do, so that makes sense. Alright, so we got just like a lot of stuff. The only things we don't really need are the surgical tools and the shotgun shells. Which, I mean, we don't have a shotgun, so...
Yeah. I'll say the shotgun set. Let me see how. I don't remember off the top of my head what a reload costs.
We can also just keep that on the ship if it's hard to find the cost.
Yeah, let me just do a quick check to see if it says ammo. Yeah, I don't see off the. I don't see it
We'll
easily.
just keep it on
So
the ship. I'm fine with that.
yeah.
That leaves surgical
So-
tools.
The surgical tools you can sell for $400.
Heck yeah. So,
So
it
it is the next day. Yeah. Sorry, what do you want to say?
Oh, I just want to say, Conrad, I'm giving you $100, and also Xander will receive $100.
Conrad's sitting there, alms.
Hard.
Looking hard at work there,
Conrad snatches it
Conrad.
up. Thank you, Jimmy. Yeah. Trying to.
Well, one way or another, you might end up back on the ship. I'm pretty sure that they have in mind to go and do some mineral investigations. That's how we got the ship in the first place. I'm just waiting for them to give me some official order. You're probably gonna have to go, because you're a prisoner of the ship.
Yeah, I'm hearing word about a survey mission.
Yeah, so don't get too comfortable, and I'll just give Conrad a big pat on the shoulder. We'll get you doing some solid mining work. Really freeze the
Oh,
spirit, I hear.
mining, huh? Just
Yeah,
a
just imagine
shiv.
you barely an inch of plasteel between you and the vacuum of space, holding a jackhammer, hoping that it doesn't explode. It's fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Oh yeah, that's the
Oh,
Is Conrad religious?
yes. Karen made him convert to
but I know the colony hasn't given us a payday for our volunteer work, but well, I hope you enjoy the little bonus.
It's not nearly enough that we deserved for winning that raffle, because you know how hard it is to win raffle.
Hey, think about it like this: you won the chance to do work. Welcome to Siegson.
Great.
Uh, and I think at some point I'm probably gonna go and meet up with Max as well. I'm sure he's gotten up to absolutely nothing.
Oh, I'm sure he's doing just fine.
So it's some you're handing out some money, and you get I guess there's an intercom call on the station, or good question. How would they get a hold of you? I guess over the intercom you hear.
Yeah, paging Jimmy Raygun. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Paging Jimmy Raygun. If Jimmy Raygun could report to the Spaceport Command.
Report to the
Jimmy
principal's
Raygun
office.
to Spaceport Command.
But yep, guess I'm on my way again. I'll catch you around later, Conrad.
All right. So you're summoned to the Spaceport Command.
Command center all the way over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Howdy, boys.
So howdy. It's this time you're meeting Roman, or actually no, sorry, it's Madison who you're meeting, who's the head of Siegson Mining. She goes, "Hey Jimmy, how you doing today?"
Pleasure to meet you again. Feeling
it's good
great,
to see ya.
really. Wonderful
Good.
time on the ship. Everything just turning up, Jimmy. It's great.
How's she looking up there?
Well, I mean, if you can stand going without coffee for a day, it's in perfect ship shape.
Whew, without coffee, that is.
I know. I'm heartbroken
struggle.
too.
I
It's just not space flight if you can't have coffee at every opportunity. But
I'm just glad I'm down here where there's coffee. Whew, you don't want to see me without coffee. That's all I can say.
well, I'll be sure to just load up some vodka before we end up leaving next time. Maybe that'll hold me over.
That is an alternative, all right. So, do you think she's space-worthy again?
Absolutely.
Good. The Seegson is interested in, well, you know that Gemini Exoplanets is interested in discovering any sort of minerals and valuable resources we might have in the Capo system.
Of course.
We've got several teams on other planets doing survey and prospecting, and well, we're not asking for much. We just really need you to fly the next stage of the crew out to one of these planets, out to Capo VA, Capo 5A. It's one of the moons of Capo 5. We got word back that one of our prospecting teams hit something good. So we got to send out the next stage.
Yeah, that sounds real good right there. Easiest bus trip I can think of too. Gonna be a nice, relaxing flight, I think. Now, only thing is, we got the hangar bay working again, but we didn't pick up a shuttle or anything. Didn't have one when we got it. Now, we could orbital drop the ATV, but I don't think it could get back into space.
Yeah, I mean, the colony does have a supply ship, or that has a shuttle that usually runs these supply runs. since I mean, well, really, that's the best way to get it down.
Absolutely.
The colony has agreed to lend the shuttle for this little trip. It should just be inner system, so there shouldn't be anything. Nothing should go wrong.
It'll
Shuttle
definitely
should be
survive the
back.
journey, and we'll pick everyone up, drop everyone off, and can't wait to see what they found. It's gonna be great for the colony.
Yeah. So Gemini is willing to pay 26,000 for this run.
Woo! That's a real good number right there. That might be enough
Yeah,
to fix the coffee machine. Among other things, of course. Among other things.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think you can make this run for us?
Oh, absolutely. It'd be my pleasure to do the run. All we need to
All
do
right.
is make sure we got a proper crew and we're ready to go. I know at least one mechanic who's ready to make the journey again. And there's a couple of compulsory crew members, but I think you know about that already.
I have heard about that. My technicians are ready whenever you are.
All right. Well, it's still it's getting late in this day, I think. We could probably head out tomorrow if they're already raring to go.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to load some of the equipment up, and I mean, they've got a decent number of it prepared, but it'll mainly just take some time to load the shuttle and ferry it up back and forth.
All right.
To
Well,
the ship.
you know I'm on call, and I'm always around the station. In fact, I'm probably about to pick up a brand new PDA if they got one hanging around here. So you should be able to message me directly next time.
That'll certainly speed things up.
But yeah, so it'll be my pleasure doing the flight.
All right. Any other questions?
I think none so far. As long as we got the proper supplies for everyone, it's a pretty short trip. Everything should be good.
Great. Yeah. Well, we'll see you on the flight deck.
Will do. And Jimmy out. Let's see.
Jimmy out. Do you also have a saying? Bath time.
Hey,
Wash your hands.
Jimmy is Max's father. They're not actually too far apart if you look closely. He
Brush
comes
your
in with a brand new
teeth.
catchphrase every other time he's here.
Read a book, bitch.
Ow,
Educate yourself, mother trucker.
now I'm trying to figure out what was that personal data pad. It's a pilot option, and I didn't choose it, but I can buy another one now that I actually have money.
And point out that Jimmy, keep it all the money.
Hey, I tried to fight Max, but I got interrupted. I'm giving him an allowance.
No, I'm not bothered by that. It makes perfect sense that you wouldn't share money with your kid. I'm just saying, not buying, say, an improved spacesuit for your son or something.
You think I'm gonna risk my son out on a space lock?
What I think it's funny is he gave everyone 100
and kept 200.
Yeah, no, I recognize that, but at the same time,
Wow.
you don't just give your son $100 as a share or something. But you think
divided by 4.
that maybe you would, buy the improved spacesuit for your son so your son doesn't get killed as easily as somebody else.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it. I just gotta go through all the equipment right now.
Yeah, with your extra money, did you want to buy anything there, Conrad?
Conrad kind of wants a new Rolex, but I don't think he can afford it.
I think uplink terminal. Oh, the uplink terminal's $9,000. Oof. Yeah. No. Okay.
He got a little impulsive when he gave away that watch.
I didn't realize how much Rolexes cost in real life.
Well, the thing is, it's a status symbol, right? So it has to be more expensive than anything else. If you had a $100 Rolex, that's a shitty ass Rolex.
Oh, and the PDAT
true.
is the one I was thinking about, because that coordinates infos for, quote, field teams. That's 500. Well, so much for that. Jim just pockets it for later. Let's see about that spacesuit, though, because that's honestly not too bad of an idea.
I feel like the Rolex thing is going to be how Conrad dies.
Yeah.
There's going to be a Rolex on somebody, and we're running away from a dangerous situation, and Conrad goes back and steals the Rolex. That's how Conrad dies.
You gotta
go
go
on a solo mission together.
You gotta go back to the planet. Now that there's a natural disaster going on, you can just throw money at them for the Rolex.
I know. How much is like a better rifle than what I have?
They're probably pretty expensive. Oh, spacesuits are also thousands of dollars. The Mark 35s we have are actually 2,000. The Mark 50 is 15,000. I
like that my $2 are effectively just as good as your $100 when it comes to upgrades.
Yup, turns out we're space poor.
Space poor.
Alright, I'm gonna buy this gauge pump action.
Here's a question. How are you going to buy it with your current legal situation?
Well, assuming I'm going on a mission, I need a better rifle.
German black market.
I spent a whole day at the firing with my...
4, 8, 4, 6.
That doesn't mean they're going to sell you a gun, though.
Alright.
Well, I mean, you can do things for it.
Oh yeah. Like what? What are we talking about here? Conrad just kind of flips his hair. He's like at a gun store.
Let me see.
What can I do for you, good?
I wasn't necessarily suggesting that Conrad sell his body for a gun. How do you like these guns?
He's in a different place.
But I mean, there are definitely. It doesn't seem like there's any gun stores on your colony, but there are ways to get guns.
Ways to get guns.
Most of the weapons in the colony are held in the security office. Any guns that aren't either have a personal license or Siegson has weapons in their block, but that module is now locked off from you. And Command has some, but most of the weapons are in security.
Yeah, Conrad's gonna pass on that. At some point, he needs to go to the food court and wait. Wait for.
All right, so people are doing a little bit of shopping. What else would you like to do?
I don't know. You want to do the old 1-2, Conrad? Distract him in security, and maybe I can.
We could try.
What's the worst that happened? We're already criminals.
That's true. What else are they gonna do besides throw us in prison?
Which is the ship we're gonna go to anyway. The ship is already a prison.
This is technically a UPE vessel you'll be going on, and as a UPE vessel, and as captain, I can enforce gulag mode for you two.
Cool. But we're not on the ship yet, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're still down here.
Do we look like two forward-thinking people?
Absolutely not.
So here's my question: Is is Conrad going up to Max and he's like, I want a gun. Help me.
Is Max out with security? He's like,
Yeah, you've seen him around.
I'm like, hey Max, we need some weapons if we're gonna go do this thing.
I was thinking that, but I need a distraction.
Do you know where they hold the weapons in there?
I've been around that place 100 times. What was the name of the planet, by the way, that we did the whole ketchup thing? No, screw it. We'll just call it the ketchup plan. What do you think? Ketchup plan?
Ketchup. I think it worked. Could do it. You'd have to put ketchup on yourself.
No. I mean, just as a general thought process of the plan. I'm not thinking the same thing.
I see. The ketchup.
One of us.
Ketchup.
No, yeah. Yeah, one of us distracts, the other one implements. In this case, your ketchup, I don't know what you did. You disappeared.
Yeah, I think it'll be easier for me to distract him. Because it seems like you get access back there, so.
Yeah, I think we've gotten our roles backwards this whole time. I think you need to do that side, and I can get the other side done. It's funny. It's like you're better at manipulating, and I'm good at sneaking.
All right. So how about Conrad plays like the sad divorcee? He like tears his shirt off, and cries.
Whoa! Let's get to the security office first. What are you doing?
You're just ripping off your shirt and crying. Is that what?
He's starting. He's initiating.
So to get this straight, a guy with a shirt ripped off, crying, and Max are going to run into the security office. Tell me what you guys want to do.
Well, I'll be hiding behind Conrad first. I am small, and Conrad has been described as a large, beefy guy, right?
Yeah. He also kind of like folds his tie.
So you guys know from the layout of this that reception is on level 1. So like the reception and entrance to security, and you know that the armory is on the 2nd level. So if we're looking at, so here is the entrance here. Oh, that is an arrow, not the. This is the 1st level here, and then the armory is on the 2nd level.
All right.
What is
So
the thing that's next to it?
Which one?
A 2-story building that... Oh, never mind. I see that. Subterranean access. I got it.
Yep.
And the entrance is the exclamation mark?
The exclamation mark is restricted access.
Sorry, I can't see because you've got your arrow over top.
I don't know why that. Where is that? Why is that? Oh, haha.
There we go. Okay. So you're saying...
I don't know why it
that's the
stayed.
entrance. Okay.
Yeah, the exclamation mark says there's restricted access past this 1st room. This
My
reception
suggestion
room.
is we go in. The big show of divorce and I can't go on with life, etc., etc. As I go up into the ladder and then make my way to the armory.
Okay. Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
I'm assuming there will be some locked doors.
Yeah, but I'm good at this. By good at this, I mean I'm completely untested. And a child.
All right, so your plan is to enter the 1st room, into the reception, ripping off your shirt and crying, and hopefully it's a large enough distraction that a kid can sneak through the front, sneak up the stairs and into the armory, and then break into the armory, steal weapons, and then get out.
Also, I'll leave my transponder at home.
Yeah.
You guys do know, at least Max, from being here a long enough time and being in security several times, They do have security cameras.
Hmm. Maybe
We could cut
paper bag
the
it.
power. Yeah, I think there's a few enough people here in this colony that they're gonna figure out who's under the paper bag. Especially you rip open your shirt and
He's got I imagine he's got a big tattoo that says Karen across his chest.
Yeah.
Like hearts and roses.
Maybe a skull.
So I'm hearing you guys want to try to cut the power first? Is that what I heard? Or abandoning that plan?
Well, I mean, we just saw where the subterranean access was that goes nearby the office, so we could probably set something like, I don't know, cut a pipe down there or something. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts to this plan, but I feel like it's still operationally sound.
Right. How do you get out once you get the weapon?
Just, say same way I came in, but hold on, let's look at this map again. I did kind of just dead end myself there on the plane. Let's see. We go to there. There's no icons for windows, are there?
I do not
Also-
believe so, because I do not believe there are many windows. No, actually, these are like so. I'll zoom in real close. These, I believe, are windows here. Or are those windows? I think these are windows. I think these little like indents, these little dots, like in the wall. I think those are windows.
Okay, but when it comes to like right there, the very right-hand side of like where the cells are, what is that outcropping?
That is because these are all modules. So that is, I think that's just part of the structure.
Okay. So not a giant window then.
I
All right,
do
then I
not
guess
think
the
it is
best
a
way
giant
is
window.
the same way I came out. Grab the guns and run back out the entrance. Hopefully
Hopefully
not
I
be
can
seen.
distract them good enough that they don't see you.
Well, yeah, I think it's all Metal Gear Solid, right? You just got to keep them facing the other direction. Don't look over there. Look over here. Ah.
So the plan is you want to run me through how you want to do it?
All right. So Conrad is gonna go in there with his shirt ripped apart. He's just going to cry hysterically to the same security guy.
All right.
Before he does that, we have
Yeah.
to go. I have to go in the outside entrance that goes down to the sub-level 1. As you can see, there's like a reactor down there and everything, so that must be the connector that connects the power and the water to all these buildings. Have to cut the power so that the power goes off at some point when Conrad goes in there, so it doesn't look like it's timed perfectly.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know what other time to do that would be. So we got to get that done. Then I sneak in behind Conrad at some point.
So stage 1, cut the power. How do you want to do that?
Cleverly.
While you're thinking about that, why don't we take a 5-minute break because we're just at about the halfway mark. Anyone needs to use the bathroom can use the bathroom.
Sounds good.
All right, break
All right.
time. See y'all in a bit.
See you in a bit. Hello, hello.
Hey, hey. Just doing a little bit of break catching up on memes.
Ooh. I also caught up on a few memes. I saw some like really funny ones that were like all playing on like a play on words.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't memes. Those are puns. That's what a pun is.
Puns are also memes.
Punemes, pun maze.
Meeps. The Maymays, as the kids would call it.
I'm a big fan of maymays. I call them maymays.
Darn, Eli, you posted cringe again. How could you do that on the internet? This whole game is a meme. We came for the horror, now we're doing the family sitcom.
Came for the horror.
All in
Settled
the
in on
colony.
Reckless criminals.
Just
All
reckless
right,
criminals having fun.
Also, I want to mention, Theta, whatever you were making, it looked like you were always taking the first bite. Did you make multiple like sandwiches or burritos?
Yeah, no, I made
there
two
just-
sandwiches, yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Because like I looked up one time and I saw you taking a bite, and I was like, oh, taking the first bite of a sandwich. And then like 15 minutes later, I saw you take another first bite, and I was like, it looks like he hasn't taken a single bite out of that sandwich. I
It's
swear I
Theta's
saw him
secret.
eating.
He actually has a gif of him just eating a sandwich, and because nothing ever changes around him, it always just looks like he's found a new one. So he
Yeah, I
plays
guess
it on
That's just
loop.
looping.
I guess that's the trick, right? Is that I've actually pre-recorded everything I'm saying right now in anticipation of what you guys would do. So I just edited in the only sandwich clip that I had in the middle of that. In fact, what I'm saying right now is pre-recorded. I anticipated this entire conversation.
He's
I don't
calculated
actually-
out every move ahead of time.
I don't actually speak English, by the way. I'm just repeating things that I've heard in the past.
Theta, the
I have no
real
idea what I'm
Chinese
saying
room.
right now.
Alright, but it does look like we're all back.
Yep, we're all back. So, you guys want to try to cut the stage one, cut the power. And before we get into stage one, what is Jimmy doing during all this?
I think I was starting to look for Max now that my meeting's over. So, I gotta talk to him,
Alright.
I gotta amp him up again, I gotta give him some allowance. He hasn't tried breaking that tracker device today. Yet.
So, cutting the power.
Cool. What do I need to do?
What are you going to do? You know that the reactor is here on the map in the sub level.
Right,
The
but I'm
reactor is
I'm
down
like
here.
somewhere in this area looking for wiring or those thick pipes that you see like in the sewers that have like
Yeah.
the local infrastructure. Yeah, going there. And I'm trying to, as Ralph would say, I'm gonna smash it.
I need you to make a heavy machinery check.
Cool. One of the worst rolls I could make.
Actually, first I'm going to need a stealth roll, to get into some of these areas where you can, basically depending on how good of a stealth roll, it'll
All right,
depend
well,
on
I
how
am going
juicy of a
to-
wire you found.
I'm going to push myself on that one, but since you asked me for the stealth roll, which I guess thematically should have happened first, so I'll go ahead and roll that now, and then I'll push the heavy machinery roll. Technically, can I not use those extras to give me a +1 to the heavy machinery roll?
Yeah, you'll get a +1 on the heavy machinery roll.
Which means I have an extra die. And what do we... Base die. That's what you've been using, right? Let me
No,
just
you
use-
can do. You can just hit heavy machinery.
Well, no, but I already rolled heavy
Oh
machinery.
yeah,
roll.
for that. Yep.
But I mean, if I have the +1 forward
Yeah.
from the stealth.
Yeah, hit base die, and then
Yeah.
1.
Okay. And then I'm going to stress and push on the heavy machinery one. There we go.
So you sneak down into the basement, and you start to tamper with different parts of the I mean, different parts of the infrastructure, and you feel like you severed something, and Conrad up on the first level, you see the power go out in the security section.
Perfect. And Conrad goes in there hysterical, crying, just like wet with tears.
What are you
and
doing?
Sadness.
What are you crying about?
He's crying about his divorce, about losing his job. He's like, I lost my wife, lost my job, lost my guns. He's just lost everything. Misses his dog. He has a golden retriever. And it's like the same security guard, so he kind of like reaches over for him and grabs his hand and turns him away from the door. And he's like, "Please, save me."
Roll a manipulation check.
Hold on.
Holding.
I guess I just
No, manipulation.
right, but that's my talent. Is I roll for? Oh, so it's like
Yeah, you just hit manipulation. Oh, because you have because you use wits instead of empathy. Yeah, just give yourself a +3 bonus to
you
manipulation.
mean +5, which is my wit.
No. So because the difference between empathy and wits is 3.
Ah.
Wait, do you have a 1 empathy? What is the... How giant of a difference is it?
It's a 2 to 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you rush in and start crying and sobbing, and the guy there is like, we're in a little bit of an emergency here. It's all right. Come here there, Conrad. Here, sit on down.
He's like, the darkness is the only place I feel comfortable.
Deep.
He brings you some tissues. Okay, whatever you say, man. So they're comforting Conrad in that room. You see around you, Conrad, there's a furious amount of activity. You see one of the guys is hitting a switch, and you can hear an alarm going off in the security block. And one guy, you can hear them radioing. We've lost power to the security office. Could someone check the sublevel? We've got it locked down. Max, what do? You've scurried up, and you're probably peeking in the door. You see Conrad making a fuss.
I feel like every one of our plans always feels like we're expecting a minimal level of reaction to it, and it's always like DEFCON 1 is what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a couple of guys, like, in the dark or just trying to figure things out.
All of a sudden,
Full-on alert. Everybody, get your firearms. We had no idea what's going on here. Lockdown all the cells. This is full red emergency. Oh, shit, guys.
You don't see them all like leaping to action. Like none of them are like pulling on riot gear or anything like that. but they're kind of like, oh, come on, a power outage, and there's you see there's already you can see there's probably some people like looking like, oh shit, the security's out,